This time on PedalBox, we're doing something a little bit different from a normal episode. We are doing a fleet update because, well, I've run out of time to make a video before I actually go on a proper holiday for the first time in about 8 years where I'm not taking the camera gear to make you guys an episode. Sorry about that. So by the time you watch this video, I will hopefully have landed back into the country. I've been away for 2 weeks and I've made the last 2 videos, which you've all hopefully watched, ahead of time, scheduled everything, and I am basically walking away and leaving it in the hands of the scheduling gods. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully everything's worked fine, but this time I am not taking the cameras with me, I'm not taking the mics, I am not planning on recording anything video-wise, or at least not car-wise. I might find a few things while I'm there as and when, but I'm not really looking forward to doing that. I want an actual holiday where I have a couple of weeks not doing anything where I'm making video, or deliberately trying to make video anyway. It's going to be a really nice change for the first time, basically since we started this channel. I've only had a couple of odd weekends here and there for friends' weddings and things like that, where I've not taken the big camera, the mics, the tripod, everything else with me to make content, or just in case to make content. So this is going to be quite nice. So that means it's going to be a bit more of a vloggy type fleet update video for you. And first up, the big blue barge. This is going away. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, you've not used it, you've not done anything with it, and it's already going away. Not like that. It is sticking around in the fleet, but I have run out of time to be able to get this thing running. And I've also, frankly, just run out of spoons to get this thing running with the electrics the way they are. John and I put some stuff on it last year, tried to get it all working, no dice. And I really want to take it to a couple of shows this year, and I can't trail it around because it's 2 tons, a decent trailer is 800 kilos, and my car will only tow 2.5. So that's a big problem. I don't want to get caught and get points and a fine and what have you for towing this thing around. So that means it needs to go somewhere to get fixed. So that's right, hopefully by the time you're watching this video, this will actually run and drive. Now it's not going to be finished because there's a bunch of trim that it needs on the front. I've got some extra trim on the sides I need to put back on, but functionally it will work as a car, and it should be insured, and I should be able to drive it to the shows, which, speaking of, we'll be at the Prospect Car Show on the 6th of July with a few friends, all down there. We'll be doing a live stream, so make sure you subscribe to check that out as well. Hopefully we're going to have a good day of it, get this and a few more things down there. So aside from electrical gremlins, meaning the starter motor and starter motor relay don't work, which is one of the things on the list to get fixed, what else is this actually in need of? Well, when I got these tyres, I was objecting to paying £400 a corner, as one place quoted me, to get the same size for the original wheels. I found these American Racing torque thrusts with tyres for less than the cost of one tyre, which was absolutely fantastic, a price I definitely approve of. Unfortunately, in putting them on, I had to put a 1/4-inch spacer behind because it just doesn't quite clear the discs on the 66. If it was a 65, which had drum brakes up front, it would have been alright, but alas, no. And moving that wheel a 1/4 inch further out means the studs no longer run all the way to the end of the lug nuts. So you can see the studs are about a 1/4 inch too short. They would go about 1/8 inch to the end of the nut, but really it wants to come a little bit further out as well. So that is unfortunate. I need some longer studs. And I did manage to source some when I was in the States sometime, I think in 2024, early 2024. So it must be about 12 months since I've got these. And then I ran into the problem of how to get these ones out and the new ones in. So these are the new studs that I got from a speed shop out in California, whose name I unfortunately forget. I might have to try and look that up to put it in the video. But these were sourced and they shipped them to me nice and quickly while I was out there, so I was able to bring them back. They are a little bit spendy though, so they're the standard 1/2x20s, and these were about $40 a set. So there's $160 worth right there. However, when I looked them up in the UK, they're closer to £50 a corner. So I think I did actually reasonably all right on these, getting them and bringing them back, even if it did mean I had to go over to the US. So that should resolve all of the problems on this car, at least ones that I can't really take care of, because there's one more that I've been kind of putting off because I was a bit lazy, and that is doing the brake lines. What a common fixture that is of PedalBox. I need to put the pads in the front, bleed the system, and then it should all work. Brakes have obviously been done at the back, so hopefully it shouldn't be a massive list. Now, because I can't tow this myself, I've got somebody coming to pick this up to take it to the garage that's going to do the work. So that's why the GTO is currently sat right back there on the driveway, out of the way, so that when the truck gets here, we can actually get it in, hopefully through the gate, because it's a little bit narrow, lift this up and take it down to the garage. Now, before we get too carried away, we need to pack and indeed unpack a few things out of the boot, because I'm putting all of my spares in here, so in the event that there is something else, if I have it, it's in the car and ready to go. So these wheels are coming out, so is the trim, and these arch trims here as well. That's a very good point. I've just spotted that the wiper arms are in the back. They're not on the front of the car, so that's going to be another thing I'm going to have to ask them to fit as well. I mean, it's not strictly necessary because it's not going to have to go through an MOT, but I am going to get them to do a bit of an MOT inspection just to make sure that it is actually sound. So we'll get the last few bits in here, and then hopefully this will be ready to go. This is the last part of Thunderbird bits. We don't need a bent strut brace, nor do we need that, or the old trim. We'll take that just in case, and I guess we'll take the other one as well, just in case. That's all the old Thunderbird parts. That, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Well, I'll take it just in case. The horns are already in. These are just trims. What's this? Fuel pump. Right. Just in case, we'll take the fuel pump with as well, because that could be very, very useful. So that is every single one of my spare parts for this car now in. Hopefully that is going to be enough. I'm not sure if there's anything else inside that I need to get out. There's a ratchet strap down there. Probably take that out before we go down. I'm sure the transport guys will have their own. And there's another trim on the other side. You can see I'll go and get that out and put that in the shed too. So that's the Thunderbird all ready to go. The guy is on his way here, and hopefully he'll be here not too long from now. So I'm going to have to wrap this video up fairly soon, but this is basically ready to go. And hopefully the next time you see it, be it in person at the Prospect Park Car Show or on the video, it will be running. Hopefully. I'm so hopeful for it. I've been wanting to drive this for years now, and I'm just bored of waiting, which is basically why I'm asking somebody else to help me finish off some of the jobs. Well, it's all loaded up now and the sun has come out. It's going to be a nice drive down to the garage, so we'll pick this up when we get down there. Now, the video I'd hoped to have ready was the second part of doing the GTO Aero. Unfortunately, I misplaced the pack of fiberglass patches, so all foot-by-foot square pieces of fiberglass with epoxy and everything else to put on. They were exactly where I thought I'd left them. I don't know how I managed to misplace them for so long. Excuse my neighbour who's just cutting down a tree. Unfortunately, that meant that whilst I was looking around for another one, waiting for it to get delivered, I actually found the other one, and I just ran out of time editing the previous two videos to get them out to you while I'm away. So that one is coming very, very soon, but that means it's probably not going to be coming to the Prospect Park Car Show. So next in the update, the Golf, or as it has become both a Volkswagen table and a bird food storage compartment. This is still coming. I realised that the problem we're actually going to have is when the kit car goes in for its IVA and we have to wait for that booking, we're actually going to be really short on content to do on it. So the whole engine build for this is basically waiting until we know where that whole build can fit and hopefully drop into the gap that will be left by this waiting to go for its IVA, getting all the paperwork done and generally being looked after. So I'm hopeful that this will also be running by the end of the year. Might not be on any track days by the end of the year. We'll see if we can fit one in. Hopefully it will be, but it will have a turbo, maybe an intercooler. I'd really like to keep the small bumper look, and apparently fitting an intercooler behind that is tricky, but even if it's only a small one, I'd rather try and fit something. I don't know how successful that's going to be. I've been told that is a nightmare, but never mind. Onwards and upwards. So that's the Thunderbird all dropped off. I didn't actually take any video while I was down there at CMC. I completely forgot, and we got talking about the car, what it needs doing, all of the parts that were there, and the various bits that I'm going to have to order tonight, just because there's a few extra things that really should be replaced. It is starting to get dark, so I'll give you one last update on this car, then we'll go and take a look at the big hole where the Thunderbird used to be. Well, considering the last episode on this car only went out a week ago, you are pretty much caught up on the comings and goings of this particular vehicle. But there is one major development that's happened off camera. I now have an ECU. I went up to see the guys at Decimal Tenths a couple of weeks back, and they had a 20 valve turbo ECU for a BAM just kicking around. So fortunately, I managed to get that from them. They took the immobilizer off it. We are now ready to plug in an ECU, which is a little bit daunting. I don't want to pop another one. I don't want to melt the wiring loom into the ground. I know that is a repeated concern of mine, and it's still highly unlikely, but even so, it's still just in the back of my mind as a possibility. Hopefully that won't happen, and I'd like to have got this done before we take this to the first show in Prospect Park, but realistically I don't think it's going to happen, because I've only got a week between getting back, well, this video going out and it happening next weekend. So if you do want to come down and see the car and hopefully a couple of other things, including maybe the Thunderbird, you can come and join us over there on the 6th of July at Prospect Park for the Berkshire County Motor Show. Berkshire Motor Show, that's the one. Well, the drive is looking a little bit empty now that there is a large Thunderbird shaped hole behind me, and I think I'm going to have to pressure wash this before I think about putting the car back on, not least because a lot of this is probably rust and all sorts of other stuff that I don't really want to get stuck in the tyres. So thanks very much for watching this episode. If you've been following us all the way, even better, well done. You've stuck around for a long time with all of the projects we've been doing, and I really thank you for your patience. Thanks again, obviously, to our patrons. You can join them at patreon.com/pedalbox show, and if you'd like to buy any of our merch, you can do at shop.pedalbox.show, which I'm actually not wearing any today. So thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.